Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix English. Today I'm going to be teaching you all of the ways that you can respond to thank you. Now, you're welcome or you are welcome is a perfectly valid way to respond to a thank you, but I think it's a little bit overused, especially by learners of English. It's completely natural. You find one way you like to say things and then you say it again and again and again. The purpose of this video is to expand your vocabulary bank so that you have many more options when somebody thanks you. So, this video is going to be perfect for improving your vocabulary. Let's get started with the lesson. Let's begin with informal or casual phrases that you can use with your friends and family. The first one is, "You're welcome." But let's expand on that a little bit. If you really want to emphasize that their thanks has been taken into consideration, you can say, "You're very welcome." This is quite a British one, I think. For example, "Thank you so much for packing my shopping for me." "Oh, you're very welcome." Number two, this one is slightly more American. It's, "No problem." No problem. Bear in mind that the older generation seem to dislike this one. So keep that in your head if a slightly older person is thanking you. An example, "Thanks for the help today." "No problem, I enjoyed helping you." Number three, the third way to respond to thank you is, "Thank you." But this one is all about the emphasis. If somebody thanks you, but you think that they should be thanked, you can say, "No, thank you," or just, "Thank you." For example, "Thanks for accepting the invitation." "Thank you." I'm emphasizing that really I should be thanking them because they invited me somewhere. Number four. This one is much more formal if we say it in its entire form. It's, "The pleasure is mine." The pleasure is mine. You can also shorten it to make it less formal by saying "my pleasure" or simply "pleasure." That's very casual. For example, "Thanks for taking the parcel in for me." Pleasure. That's a short way of saying "it was my pleasure," or "the pleasure is mine," or "was mine." Number five is a very friendly one. Only use this with people you know well. It's, "I know you'd do the same for me." For example, "I'd like to thank you for looking after my cat so well." The response, "I know you'd do the same for me. I know you'd look after my cat, so I looked after yours." Number six is much more casual, and it's a slightly less heartfelt. You might say this if you don't really care, or if somebody is thanking you for doing something that you might not have wanted to do. But depending on the intonation and the tone of voice, it can also be quite warm. It's, "That's alright." So, I could say, "Thank you for picking me up from this station." I could say either, "That's alright," or "That's alright." My tone of voice is telling you everything you need to know there. Number seven is a very casual one. It's, "No worries." No worries. In use, "Thanks for letting me know that my car alarm was going off." No worries. I thought I'd better tell you. The next one is quite self-deprecating. It's, "Don't mention it." For example, "Thank you so much for bringing the dessert." "Oh, don't mention it." It was a lot of effort to bring dessert probably. And they probably do want you to mention it. But we just say, "Don't mention it because, oh, it was nothing." Number nine is very heartfelt. It is, "It was the least I could do." For example, "Thank you for visiting me in hospital." "Oh, it was the least I could do." Again, very self-deprecating. Number 10 is quite casual. It's anytime. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, anytime. It's quite a generous response. I like this one. Number 11 is a really American one. I hardly ever hear it used in a British English. It is sure. A one-word answer to say you're welcome. Thank you for thinking of me. Sure. It often goes hand in hand with no problem. Sure, no problem. Number 12 is, oh, it was nothing. Again, another self-deprecating one. It's a way of saying that what they are thanking you for was no extra effort. Thank you for picking my kids up from school. Oh, it was nothing. My kids already needed picking up. No extra effort here. Now I want to talk to you about 4 more formal ways of responding to thank you. And these are more likely to be used in business situations or maybe in a shop or a restaurant. Number 1 is very British. It's quite old-fashioned, and it is much obliged. The full form of way of saying it is I'm very much obliged to you. For example, thank you so much, doctor. I'm very much obliged to you. I actually experienced this one in use the other day at a shoe shop. I said, thank you so much after paying, and he said, much obliged. And I thought, oh, I haven't heard that phrase in a while. I'm gonna put it in a video. Number 2 is a more formal way of saying you're welcome. It is, you're most welcome. Now, this does sound very posh, so I wouldn't use it willy-nilly. Willy-nilly means without careful thought or planning. I wouldn't use it willy-nilly. But if you're in a formal situation, for example, I thanked my solicitor on the phone the other day for sending me some forms, and she replied with, you're most welcome. Because she's quite a formal person, and it was a formal legal situation. Number 3 is, we appreciate your business, or we appreciate your custom. Custom if you're talking to a customer, and business if you're talking to a business client. For example, thank you for sending this sample so promptly. We appreciate your business. And the last one, definitely a business one, it's I'm happy to help. For example, thank you for helping me carry the coffees to the office. Oh, I'm happy to help. Right, that's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. See you soon with another lesson.